Yeah, just...
Oh, god damn. Yeah, I should know that.
That's okay. Yes,
Can I go?
whenever you're ready.
Basically, like, growing up, my stepfather had a lot of problems with aggression, but he was always like, I don't hit girls, or whatever. So he would mainly, like, get physical with my brother, and then, like, after I came out, I think he's a person who feels very threatened, like, his masculinity feels very threatened all the time, like, it's very fragile, and, like, yeah, he started to, like, see me as a threat, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Because if you come out as trans, like...
Yeah, I think I had started taking testosterone already at that point. And, yeah, he got physical, and I just left. I just, like, ran away. Haven't seen him since. Don't really want to. But yeah, I mean, at the worst stage of that kind of impact on my health, like I couldn't even move out of bed. Yeah, I had to have like people come around to like feed me and help me like get to the bathroom. I couldn't shower by myself, and I was just in like agony all the time. And it's gotten better now. I still have bad days where it's kind of more like that, but it still doesn't last as long. I guess you call it like flare-ups. Yeah, no, me too. It's taken a long time.
I'm just saying, how has visibility, like, does being visible as a disabled or trans person actually, like, how often does it come up in, like, life? In your personal life now?
I think in my personal life, I'm quite like an anxious person, so I don't necessarily, yeah, I don't necessarily go out that much. A lot of the time when I do go out meeting new people, I'm like, I often feel like I have to explain, you know, by the way that I am trans, and you know, this is my story and stuff. Like, I recently started dating again, and it was kind of like, even before the first date, I felt like I had to like explain.
Well, dating is quite dangerous for us, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, this is the thing, because I've had situations where people had different expectations of what I would be like what body parts I would have or not have. Mm-hmm. And then they can have like quite bad reactions to that. And definitely like, the main issue I've had is really more to do with the fact that although I'm on testosterone, I still present like more feminine at times. Just that's how I feel. But like I have much lower voice now, so guys, yeah, tend to react quite badly to that and think that I'm a trans woman, which is like...
Yeah, no, I know that feeling.
Yeah, well, this is again, there's like with visibility, there's like a hyper-visibility around like trans women and a lot of trans misogyny, but most people don't really think that there are other kinds of trans people. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's actually become more recently, because a couple of years ago, when I was like lit about I did like this really fishy drag, and yeah, but after the night out, it was really, really great. I met Jenna Collins. It was a really good time. But like, as we went out in Gardenia, in whatever it's called, in that place, there was a massive line, and people just assumed I was a woman until like my voice came out.
Yeah, and it's constantly.
It was a really beautiful moment for me, because it was at a time where we weren't publicly so visible. So people did assume I was a woman and not a trans woman. And I was like so recently, like a year or two ago, and now like I could try and present as much, I could try and pass as much as I want to, but people block it. Like even when I do start taking like charity, like girl juice, yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's caused kind of a reaction in the trans community to be like hyper fixated on passing. Like you're seeing a lot of people being more interested in like facial surgery than I think people were before. Like I mean, back when trans people were still like even more discriminated against in like Stonewall times, people were just happy to be able to wear the clothes that they wanted. Like, you know, going on hormones would be like a dream to a lot of people then. Yeah. And it's like now that's possible for us.
But now we have new barriers.
Yeah, we have new barriers and new expectations, and sometimes it's worse from within the community. Like, I think there's often a lot of shaming if we're not presenting a certain way because they feel that reflects badly on them.
Yeah, trans meds and true scum.
Like I've definitely had trans men, you know, say that you're not allowed to wear makeup, or that if you do, that reflects badly on them. You're like, all the different people. And also, I don't think we should be trying to appeal to like cis normativity.
Yeah, no, I came up with this term a couple of weeks ago when I was like really high with some friends on Valentine's Day. Actually, it's really nice. But we were just delving into the philosophy of it and like what gender means and stuff. And we kind of came to this conclusion that there is a system.
Yeah, no, I used to have a badge that said "fuck the
system."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that those that are lucky enough to pass or trying hard enough to pass, once they start feeling the benefits of the system and cisness, they not just because a trans man is a man, it doesn't mean they automatically benefit from the benefits of being a cis man. But those that do, I can imagine there's an incentive to maintain that system and that benefiting off.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of see this at schools as well, where like, I don't know, if you're like a bullied kid or whatever, and there's a kid who's more bullied than you, then you'll join in and bully them, so kind of improve your status.
I'm ashamed to say I did that once or twice.
You know,
but to be fair, the kid was a PMP supporter.
But yeah, I mean, this is the point, is people try and like get their share of power by oppressing other people instead of like looking upwards. And dealing with that, yeah. But regarding this visibility as well, it's interesting because I kind of noticed in myself that I struggle being visible as a disabled person, not just because a lot of the time I'm not presenting as disabled. You know, I haven't had to use my wheelchair lately. I try not to use my walking stick so much, but I realise in some ways that's a conscious choice. Like, I'd rather not go out at all sometimes than go out with my walking stick because I don't want to have to deal with it. And sometimes people can be well-meaning, but they make things harder. By like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shine the lights on you.
but they make things harder, and then they kind of make you feel more abnormal by sort of like this very exaggerated kind of helpfulness where like, I've had people when I'm going down the street, like in my wheelchair, sort of like dive out the way if I was coming at them on a motorbike. And it's like, you know, I don't want it to be, I don't want to be treated like that differently, if that makes sense.